Alliance. He is the beast from Hollywood East, Michael the Hammer Mulligan.
Hey folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan here with Ryan Shea. Ryan's here as the doctor today to perform eye exams for the fighters, getting ready for the upcoming Cage Titans battle on January 25th.
Yep.
Ryan, give me a little run through of what you have to do for these guys.
Basically, we have to make sure that if they get punched, they don't go blind. So that's the nitty-gritty. But you know, we check the the eye health to make sure that the retina's intact, make sure there's no holes, there's no tears. That in previous fights they haven't sustained any damage that would put them at risk in future fights. To make sure the eyes are healthy enough to withstand damage.
Now, how often do they have to go through these eye tests?
Every year, unless unless they have an injury to their eye specifically that one of the commissions puts them on a suspension for, which happens from time to time. But just usually once a year.
So this is a rigid exam too. This isn't I gotta come in. I remember doing it. I remember Shane doing it. We had to go in. We had to get dilated.
Right.
We had to go through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So it's not a joke. You guys really take it serious.
It's not like going to the DMV. I make sure that I check everything because there's a lot of things that can lay in wait and hide, and there's a lot of things people don't think about. People that are in the fight game for a long period of time can be at higher risk for other problems.
Ryan, thank you very much. Go inside, get it done. All right. All right, Mike, what's going on? Folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan with Mike Paul there, Cage Titans. Mike, you got your gloves on. What are we doing?
Yeah, we got Media Day going on here at Cape Cod Fighting Alliance, the new facility in Wareham. So we got all the fighters in here getting their medicals done, doing a little grappling, a little stand-up. I'm about to go in there with Rob Font right now.
Oh boy, Mike's a very game guy. He loves to do this. He loves the sport. He's not only a promoter, but he is a fighter. He loves to get in there with these guys. Do you still fighting?
I had a fight last year at Mulligan's son.
Yep.
I just had a baby 6 weeks ago, so
that's a battle in itself.
A battle in itself. So that puts my kid total up to 3. So those are kind of a handful. So I don't know. We're taking a little time off.
That's all right. That's all right. It's nice that you still stay active and you keep with the guys. You don't only go in and talk to them. You know what you're doing and you've been in the cage before.
Yeah.
All right. So I see Steve Rita coming out. Hey, Steve.
From Here Comes the Boom.
Here comes the boom. Yeah. All right. So Cage Titans on January 25th. Give me the rundown of some of the fights you got going on the card.
Yeah, we got about 17 fights right now, but as you know, a couple weeks ago, fights always drop out.
Sure.
Headline the event from Cape Cod Fighting Alliance, head instructor Banana, Giuliano Catino, right here, Daniel Gracie. He's going to be taking on a very, very tough veteran in John Orr, coming all the way out from Kansas City. He's fought in Bellator. He's fought against their heavyweight title holder, Carl Conrad. I mean, he's a very tough fighter, 6-6. All 6 fights won via knockout. He was 6-4 as an amateur. All 6 of those won via knockout. John Orr, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, he's got 12 career victories, all by knockout. Heavy-handed kickboxer. Banana, BJJ black belt. Don't sleep on his stand-up. He trains at St. Tom, one of the best schools around for stand-up.
His legs are awesome right now.
So that fight is going to be unreal. We're really excited to have this fight top billing on our card.
Yep.
Besides that, our co-main event, we got Billy Giovanella fighting out of Connors MMA. I think he's ranked 5th at flyweight in New England. He's going to be taking on Tommy Belzano from Team Irish up in Maine. So he's coming down to kind of spoil for the hometown kid. Billy was a state champ wrestler. Really, he was ranked number 2 coming out of his amateur career. He's 4-2 now as a pro. Really tough guy. Really been working on his stand-up out of Connors MMA. And Tommy, tough as they come. He's been in some real wars as an amateur and as a pro, and he's definitely not coming down to lose. So it should be fun to fight.
Awesome. You got some new Emmys. I know we got Ryan Kane from Ccfa.
Yeah, long way to debut. Ryan Kane finally turned 18. He's been training for a while. He's going to be making his amateur debut at 125, taking on Donovan Andrade. Tough fight, first fight, get the cage jitters out. Should be a back and forth battle. Should be real fun to watch. We got a slew of other debuting amateurs. It's the new year.
Any Sparrows fighting on this one?
No Sparrows this time.
No, I look forward to seeing the Sparrows.
Yeah, those guys are fun to watch. They take the holidays off, so they're not fighting. They'll probably hopefully be back in April.
Yep.
But we got some really great talents coming out. Jeff Perez from Nexus in Wareham, Grant Mosley from Florian MMA. He's the only one to hand our Cage Titans 135 champ a loss.
Wow.
He won via triangle choke against 4-1 Manny Bermudez.
Yep.
So Grant Mosley is definitely somebody to watch. David Espino from Team Trifecta. We got a bunch of great guys fighting. We're really excited for it. Hope everything comes out.
Yep, nice. All right, I got a question for you. We got this rivalry in MMA going on right now. It's not even it's part MMA. It's part personal thing. We got Lee Bean.
Yep.
And we got, what's the other kid's name? Big Galano. Sean Galano. Okay. So these two have been going at it for a long time. Now Galano kind of gave Gary from CFX the crap, so he ain't gonna have him for a fight. We got Sean Galano the other night sucker punches Lee Bean in the face in Charlie Horse in Bridgewater, right? So Lee looks at him and laughs, goes in for a double, picks him up, slams him in the Charlie Horse, mounts him, but doesn't hurt him. So they all break up, everything's good, they walk away. Galano's still talking crap. They've both been saying, you know, Galano's thing is I can't get nobody will put the fight on. Would you be willing to host the Lee Bean versus Sean Galano fight?
I'll send the contracts tonight. Let's do it.
All right. So when's your next? Let's give it 6 months out. When's a date 6 months from now? Because I know Lee's game and ready. Galano kind of talks. This is calling Galano out to see if he's really going to do this.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we'd be interested in a fight. Lee Bean's been a veteran in the sport. Sean as well.
Yep.
They got tons of fights under their belt. We'd love to have them at Memorial Hall. Our next show is going to be April 5th. If that's too soon, basically every 10 weeks we're doing a show. We're doing 5 in the month of. We're doing 5 in 2014.
So Lee, Galano, you heard it here. Mike will host the fight. You guys show up, and I'll even pay the winner. All right, Mike, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Get back in there, media day, get these guys' meds all done, and let's get a fight.
All right, thank you very much.
Brother. Hey, folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan here with Mitchell Barris. Mitchell, Hawaiian.
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome. So you're fighting for Cage Titans. You're here for meds, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, who are you fighting, first of all?
His last name's Sullivan. Wrestling from Snowden. Don't know much about him, though.
Has he got a record?
He's 0-0.
0-0, okay. And what's your record?
I'm an 0-0, but I've had some smoke shows. I was actually fighting the last Cage Titan.
Yep.
With my 2 other guys supposed to fight backed out, so I'm waiting a while for this.
Now, where do you train out of?
I train out of Y Crew South Shore.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I train with Crew John.
Yep, Crew John.
The head John. He's South Shore.
All right, I was thinking of Doomsday, but
no, I also train with Doomsday. I help Doomsday with his wrestling.
Yeah, nice. All right, so where'd you go to school for wrestling?
I went to Newton South, then I wrestled at Plymouth State University.
Sure. Yeah.
Then I also wrestled at UMass Amherst.
Oh, beautiful. So you did good with your wrestling.
I was a good wrestler, yep.
Yeah, awesome. So your game is wrestling. Now, what do you do for your stand-up? Who do you work with for your stand-up? Crew John?
I work with Crew John. Actually, everybody is going to expect me to wrestle, so that's why I want to do more stand-up.
Yeah, sure. And it's a hard thing to do because, you know, I'm an old guy, so when I go at it, I always expect to do something other, but I always fall back into my habits because it's, you know, so you know, I'll watch for this. I'll watch for this. So this is your first amateur fight. You're fighting for Cage Titans. Good luck, man.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate All right, nice meeting you, buddy.
You.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Michael the Hammer Mulligan here with Mr. Flynn.
What's up?
All right, so you've fought for Cage Titans before a couple times, correct?
2 times, yeah.
What's your record?
Total pros 3-1. Fought for Mega Punch.
Did you? You fought with an amateur too, right?
Yeah, amateur.
Now, I've seen you improve greatly since you've been here. You know, it's like in the first ones, you weren't as fast, it seemed like. It seemed like you questioned yourself a little bit. The last fight I saw, you were an animal. I mean, that was an awesome fight. It really was. That was like, in my eyes, it was close to the fight of the night. Tell the folks a little bit about your training. Be a little loud because of the car.
My jiu-jitsu comes from Coventry BJJ with Danny Smith.
Yep.
Black belt in Tim Burrow.
Yep.
He comes down to Pro Elite and teaches there, and then we also go cross train there. And I'm also training with Rose
which is the Ultimate Ground School.
Yeah,
awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, great to have you on the show, and I can't wait. What are you? You're here to get medicals for your next fight?
Yeah, I'm looking for CES and then Cage Titans right after.
Now, when is CES fight?
March.
In March. Awesome. And then you'll fight for. So you want to get 4 in the year?
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, my man.
Thanks.
It's easier to stay in shape than get back in shape. Now we got Mark, the Beast Featherstone. What's up, Mark?
How you doing, Mike?
The Bulldog, the Beast, the everything.
Man, that's right.
Train it to the stars.
Train it to the stars.
So we got a couple fighters. We got Ryan Kane and we got Giuliano Banana Cotino, who are fighting on this card, and you train both of them in their conditioning, correct?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Give me a rundown of what you do for these guys. They're two different animals. One's a small, tiny 135.
Yeah, 125.
And 125, and one's a 265 beast.
Yeah.
So what do you do differently for these guys?
Well, I don't really do a lot differently. I just use different weights. We have at least 2 days a week. 1 day a week we do a lot of anaerobic, interval high intensity training, which kind of really is what they do in the cage. They're not so much aerobic in the cage, they're very anaerobic because their heart rates go up and down. So we do a lot of that. We do that every week on Sundays. And then strength training, I have to do a lot of plyometrics. Plyometrics is jumping and stuff like that. And I have to do isometrics, which is very jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of holds where you're stuck, so I have them sit in a hold and hold it with a lot of weight.
I got this morning. I woke up and I got two. I got this one and this one over here. I got fractured fingers from jiu-jitsu. So so when you're working in the gi in jiu-jitsu, the idea is grabbing the lapels, grabbing the clothes, and that's why they make them so thick. So it's very hard. You walk out your forearms. So I understand what you're saying about that.
Yeah. So we work on grip. We work on holding people in your keeping them from posture.
In your guard, so they can't posture up and rain down on you.
And then we do a lot of jumping, a lot of resistance band exercises so that it's tougher the further out they go, stuff like that. So we do a lot of the same things with them, just differently. You know, obviously they're very different people, but I do a lot of the same things and get a lot of the same results, just different weights and stuff.
I love the resistance band thing because Shaney was telling me about it, but as I recall, as a youngster, I used to do, and it was not only the strength of the punch going out, it was the speed that you could bring it back to your face. So with that band, it's automatically getting your muscle memory into doing that. So most of these things that you've designed and that you've created for the fighters are meant to replicate the muscle memory necessary for the fighters to fight in the cage. That's awesome, man.
I do some combination moves where, like box jumps and squats, where it replicates their shoots, and then it's their ability to pull up their opponent and take them away wherever they need to go. So yeah, we do
just wanted to be on film.
Photo bomb. That's all good. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff like that, and that's kind of where my specialty is, biomechanics. When I watch the fight, I actually watch what muscles they're using, what makes them look tired, what makes them look strong, and where I can make it better. So
and that's the great thing about Mark is he doesn't not only teaches, he's very teachable. So he actually goes in and he studies these guys, watches what they do, and figures out what he needs to do to make it work better for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really? This is Jeanette, folks. She's wrecking our film. Thank you. Hey, folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan with Seabass. What's up, Seabass?
What's up, Mike?
Give me your full name.
Sebastian Finn.
Sebastian Finn. I couldn't say that. That's why I made him say it. So Sebastian's been here. Seabass was actually the first fan to come up and watch me fight for my first fight up in New Hampshire. So I love this guy. We train at night sometimes. He's been training a lot. What are you getting ready for?
Getting ready for the Naga on the 25th in Warwick, Rhode Island.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 40 years old. Just turned 40 in November.
And what possessed you to go and beat yourself up and do this?
I've done 3 Nagas before, all no gi. I just put the gi on 3 months ago, mid-level white belt, and I wanted to test myself amongst other white belts in the gi, see where I am. So that's pretty much it. Plus, I know I'm never going to get in the cage, so that's my one chance to.
There you go. And I know his skills standing up and stuff are really good too. He's been at it for a long time. He does that, but family.
Yes,
job,
family work,
the whole thing.
it's tough,
right. So he's the one who actually inspired me to start getting ready so that I can go on my 50th birthday in July and do Naga and compete without getting punched in the head because I don't like it anymore. There's something wrong with it. So what's your favorite part? What got you into this in the first place?
What got me actually into this in the first place was an ex-partner of mine, business partner, Ryan Carroll, very good at jiu-jitsu, got me down to Mike Rush's basement.
Right.
I did it for a little bit, got away from it. It was really hard, I was really heavy. And then my kid actually got jumped by 4 guys in a park. And I brought my kid and his friend down to Pat Schultz's place, Ccfa in Plymouth. And they started the classes, and then I was like, wow, this is something I really want.
That's what I did, leaning against the wall watching.
Yeah, leaning against the wall watching, you see, and then you get in here, and the brotherhoods you create, and the trainers, how awesome they are. And today, even with today, people from all different schools coming down, and everybody's got a great heart, good attitude, and it's all fun, and that's what's kept me coming to CCFA, and even Bananas in Hyannis. all along.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's like a way of life. You know, some people go to church. Some people do. You know, everybody needs to belong to something. This is a great thing to belong to. It's great to have your kids in it because they become very humble human beings, nice kids. They grow up good around good people who are actually trying to do something for themselves. So it's a great place to be.
And that's what I always say lately, man. You look around in any sports and the respect factor is gone. Humbleness, gone. And these places like this bring that back. Starting at a young age now. And it's going to be awesome to watch this sport come.
Seabass, good luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much. I train with him too. He teaches me a lot. He killed me last night.
Oh, yeah.
No, what's up?
Not Mike.
What's happening, brother?
How are you, brother?
Folks, we got Loco Lobo outside the Cape Cod Fighting Alliance. It's media day in downtown Wareham. We got all the fighters from all the different schools that are coming here to fight at Cage Titans on the 25th of January. Mike, it's nice of you guys to host this.
Yeah, Mike's been wanting us to do this for some time, and now that we have a bigger location, new school,
it's a little more central located too.
Yes, it's not out of the way, and we got 4,000 square feet. We're fitting all these guys in here. We got Rob Font in there, the 145 champ in there, rolling with Mike Pulver. We got a bunch of guys just hitting the bag, some mitt work, and it's really awesome to see all the different fighters coming in from the different schools.
Nice.
So it's cool, you know.
Nice. So we not only got this one, I know we've been talking a lot about Cage Titans because that's what we're here for, but we also want to mention that on January 30th, this is the last show before that, 31st, in Salem, New Hampshire, Rockingham Park.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be Shane the Future Mulligan fighting, and that is going to be for his third amateur fight. This time he's dropping to 170 pounds.
Right.
How is the weight loss going?
Perfect. Everything's working just perfect. He looks great. Calvin Cater puts an excellent show on at Combat Zone. I was up there. We brought a guy up there. Just so easy with the commission up there. It's right over the border. Calvin's a real good dude. Combat Zone is a professionally run show. The weight cut for Shane and just the way he's performing right now is going to be essential because the kid he's fighting is a very tough kid from Team Link.
He's a tough kid.
Nick Alley, and really scrappy kid, but we're looking forward to
Team
a
Link's
victory.
a good school.
One of the best in the Northeast.
Yep.
But we wanted this fight because we want a little test for Shane. I believe Shane's going to come out victorious, and we're not overlooking this kid, Nick. I mean, much respect to his team.
Oh yeah, no, definitely
and
not.
Nick
He's
himself.
training like a beast.
I watched him fight up at Combat Zone. We got a game plan. Shane's an up-and-coming kid, and we're very excited to fight up there. It's going to be a good time, Mike.
All right, Mike. Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to Giuliano Banana Coutinho. Ryan Kane, his first amateur fight on the 24th. Good luck to Johnny Johnson fighting on the 25th.
Rob Font's
fighting what, 25th?
Yeah. Dennis
25th.
Sweetbread Piver.
Sweetbread's on the 25th. So we got a lot of people that train out of this school that are going to be on fight cards this month. It's a very active month. There's a lot of up-and-coming guys and a lot of pros that have been at it for a while. So stay tuned. We'll get you some results. We'll let you know how they do. Thanks for coming to another Fireside Chat with Michael the Hammer Mulligan and Michael Loco Lobo Grass. Oh, ready?
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, we're here with Jeff Perez. Jeff has got a fight coming up with Cage Titans on January 25th also. He trains out of Nexus MMA in
Straight Blaster East Coast.
There we go. There you have it. Now, who you fighting?
I'm fighting Travis Demko out of White Crew.
Now, what's your record and what are you a pro or an amateur?
Amateur.
You're an amateur. Good. What's your weight?
My weight's at 145.
145. And what's your record as an amateur?
2-1.
2-1. Good job. All right. Now, how about your other guy?
My other guy, I'm not sure about his record to be quite honest.
Okay. Yep.
But I know he comes out of White Crew. They got a solid camp, good school, and
yeah,
met
nice.
those guys before at some of the Muay Thai fights.
Sure. Now, what's your I don't want to say specialty, but what's your forte? What do you bring into the?
I don't really care. Whatever the fight
is it?
Oh yeah, I got the ears.
You don't have to stay standing.
No, but I love it everywhere. Honestly, I just love fighting, so it's a great sport.
Now, what's your training routine? How much time do you actually devote to this sport?
Well, I actually work out at the gym as well, so pretty much every day of the week I'm there 6 days a week.
Oh, beautiful.
Take Sundays off to rest, and other than that, it's just all time. Sometimes we go up to see a Tong and Connor's MMA as well.
Sure. Nice.
Yeah, if I can.
Now, what's your how old are you first?
I'm 27 now.
27. So what's your goal in the sport? How far do you want to go with this?
To be quite honest, I'm doing it because I love it, so I don't care. As long as I can keep fighting and keep training.
There you go. You're in great shape, you know. I mean, this is what it's all about, you know. It's a good family thing. What's it like as a family over there at Nexus?
It's awesome. Honestly, I've never been anywhere where, you know, we got guys that are that close. I can hit them up in the middle of Christmas Day and say, hey, who wants to give me some pad work?
Nice.
I know someone's going to come by and hook me up.
Yeah, so. Awesome. Well, listen, great meeting you. Good to have you around here. You should be seeing this on Wareham TV. It's on all the time. Awesome. And everything else. So, FiresideWithTheHammer.com, folks. Hey, folks, Michael the Hammer here with Ryan White on the South Shore Sport Fight. Ryan, Hawaii today.
Doing well. How are you?
I'm awesome. Who you fighting, buddy?
Jesse Merritt out of Team Anubis.
Jesse Merritt out of Team Anubis. All right, I think Shane's last fight was a guy from Team Anubis. So the guy that you're fighting was the one that choked out Baker with a guillotine, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought Baker beat him.
I don't think so. I think I was there for that. I think it was the other way. Yeah, I think Baker got caught along the cage.
Oh, okay,
Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Trust me. But all right. So you fight out of South Shore Sport Fighting, great ground school stand-up. Tell me about your stand-up.
My stand-up's actually better than a lot of people give us credit for.
Good.
From South Shore. I'm actually a coach over at Boston Muay Thai too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'll be also representing them. And so I've been working on it a lot recently. I think Jesse will be surprised.
What's your record? What was your record as an amateur?
Amateur, I was actually 0-1.
Okay, that's all right.
But as a pro, I'm 5-1.
5-1 as a pro. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
So now, what is this kid like? What's his record?
He's 1-1 as a pro. I'm not sure what he was amateur.
Yep.
And he has a win over Tim Silva, and actually I think his loss was to Sean Baker.
Right. It was to Sean Baker. I remember that. Yeah, he had him up against the cage. He was actually, I believe, standing, and he had it like a half a guillotine. It wasn't even all the way in, and Sean tapped out. So I think it was a.
Oh yeah.
But good. So how long you been in the sport?
Oh, I've been around for about 8 years.
Yeah. Where did you get you're a teacher? So where did you get your experience in teaching? What
Okay. Let's see. I started just as a business, making a few extra bucks over at Sports Pacific Fitness in Cohasset.
Yep.
After I'd been training at South Shore for about 4 years.
Yep.
And so worked with a good group of guys there. And one of the fighters I brought up through there was Dan Lopez.
Okay.
The former amateur 155 champion.
Nice.
And then he was the one who brought me to Boston Muay Thai.
Well, great. Well, listen, thank you very much. Good luck with your fight. Look forward to seeing it. I'll be there ringside. All right. Hey, folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan with Jesse Merritt. What's up, Jesse?
What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
Doing good.
Jesse fights out of Team Anubis. He's going to fight also on the 25th at Memorial Hall in Plymouth. Give us a little background on you, Jesse.
I love striking. I like to stand and bang, but I mean, if it goes to the ground, I mean, I'm down to go down there. But I'll get right back up on my feet and I'll try to trade leather again, you know?
No, nice. Now you are fighting as a pro, right? What was your amateur career like?
I don't know. It was up and down. I always try to trade leather with my guys, like I say. They either run or they come at me. So
well, that's the thing about an amateur career is supposed to be an up and down. I mean, if you do great the whole time, that's a great thing. Maybe you didn't have tough enough opponents, but the whole thing is once you turn pro, it's a restart button, right? So you want to get the harder fights. You know, you will start slow as an Emmy, work a bunch, and then go up. Absolutely. But great. So the guy you're fighting, do you know anything about him?
No, not too much. Heard he's a grinder. Heard he's good.
Yep.
And I want to fight someone good. So
good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Good luck with your fight. Nice of you to come down from Anubis, and I'll see you there.
All right.
All right. Thanks. Hey, folks. Michael Hammer Mulligan here with Shane the Future Mulligan. What's up, Shane?
How you doing?
So Shane's coming up on his third fight. He looks rode hard and put away wet. He's got 2 black eyes, scrapes and bruises and cuts all over his body. And yeah, this is what he does. This is how you get ready for these fights. You know, I watched him roll for probably a half an hour with 2 extraordinary jiu-jitsu guys today. So it's all part of the training. How are you feeling?
I honestly feel like I am in the best shape I have been for any of my fights so far. I mean, I fought at 185 my first 2 fights, and now I'm cutting to 170. So
now, what was the choice? Why did you decide that you wanted to go to the 170?
You know, well, my first fight I cut down to 185. It felt great. The second fight, I was pretty light for it. I actually had to weigh in with all my clothes on just to make 182. I had some extra change in my pockets too. So, you know, it was kind of an easy decision to either be a lighter guy at 185 or to be a stronger guy and much taller guy at 170. So
No, I see a lot of these, a lot of fighters. I watch them and they'll train a month, before the fight or whatever, and then they'll go and they'll cut, 20 pounds in the last week or so. How are you doing that? That's basically, because you're walking around weight before you started training for this was about 190, 185 to 190. So how are you cutting the weight and is it safe?
I'm just, the way I'm cutting it is pretty safe. I wouldn't even call it cutting. I'm calling it dieting and working out.
Right.
I'm just eating extremely clean. I'd stay away from sweets and candy and such. I'll slip a little piece of chocolate in there occasionally.
What? A cookie?
No. That's
you had
way
a cookie
too big. That's too much
you had
chocolate.
cookie on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but that was like 45 days ago, dude. Come on now.
No, it's 10.
I know. So yeah, I'm just eating much cleaner. A lot of water. I'm drinking a ton of water. I was hardly drinking any before. Coffee has been my favorite thing ever. So, I'm just dieting, eating clean, and working hard.
Nice.
And this way, I'm getting a lot closer to weight beforehand. So maybe the day or so before, I can just cut 5 easy pounds of water weight. And
beautiful. And they have ways of doing this where it's safe, where he'll have to drink a gallon of water, 2 gallons a day going up to the fight, and then the last week before the fight, you cut out the gallon of water a day, and it sheds pretty easily off. So he isn't doing a lot of the bad, habits that a lot of the fighters have, cutting weight. When he was in wrestling, he never really had to cut weight because he always kind of wrestled under, right?
Yeah, senior year I had to cut 10, 15 pounds just for
the first fight.
Yeah, for the first thing, and then after that I was under. I was actually, by the end of the season, I was 182 wrestling
at 195.
195.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And again, that's why he's wrestling at the 170. I'm doing the same basic diet as him, so we're doing the same thing. I've dropped like 10 pounds just by doing the same diet, not working nearly as hard. But the difference between me and Shane is I'm a 300-pound guy that can lose 100. He's a 185-pound guy that has minimal weight on his body. So it's a lot tougher for him to drop than me, but I'm just being a supportive dad.
Yeah, it's nice. Plus, we got rid of all the junk food in the house, so it's a lot easier to keep the weight off.
Yeah, it's nice when there's nothing here. Though my girlfriend, Marie, keeps trying to talk me into eating pizza.
No.
I've been good. So, Shane, thanks for coming. Good luck on your fight. When is your fight?
January 31st in Salem, New Hampshire.
Rockingham Park, Salem, New Hampshire, for the Combat Zone. It's going to be a great fight. We're just getting a Carlo. We're just going to drive up there. We're going to weigh in the night before. We're going to stay up there in New Hampshire so we can get acclimated right after the weigh-ins. He's going to, what do? You just drink a lot of fluids and eat a lot of food to get your weight the last fight?
Yeah, probably just drink some Pedialyte right after I weigh in and get all the vitamins and stuff my body needs, and then probably have a little carbs and I'll be good to go.
Yeah, basically rehydrating your muscles, because they'll have to dehydrate a little bit to lose the last like 5 pounds the couple of days before, and then he rehydrates. The goal is to be the bigger man in the cage. For Shane's a strong guy at 185, so at 170 I think he's going to be a little obese. I think it's the kid he's fighting. His name is Nick Alley. Nick is a really good ground guy. We've watched his fights. He's 1-1, but the second fight really, it was a loss due to a disqualification because he punched the guy in the back of the head when he was down. That's a bad move, but he beat the guy the whole fight. If that hadn't happened, he would have won the fight. But yeah, so it's going to be a tough fight for Shane. It is a test. He's harder than the last 2 guys that he's faced, but that's part of it. You don't want to go down. You want to keep testing yourself to make sure that you can move forward in the sport.
Nothing against the last 2 guys either. They were strong, tough opponents, but this kid seems to be more technical. He's coming at a team link, so they're going to bring it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, good team. By the way, 3 Bs and an A, Cape Cod Community College, his first term. I'm happy. It's more important to me than the fighting. Folks, thank you for coming to another chat on Fireside. Hey folks, Michael the Hammer Mulligan here. Had a loss at PAC TV. Rick Cohn, a great Plymouth guy, a great interviewer, passed away unexpectedly this past week. So we'd like to send our condolences to the Cohn family, and we'd like to thank him for all the stuff that he did for PAC TV. He was a great interviewer. He was a great artist. He worked with the elderly. He was just a great all-around guy. You know, he gave a lot of himself to everybody. So, Rick, thank you. And to his family, we're sorry. And thank you very much.